Hello everyone, my name is Cherie, and tonight I'm going to record two separate videos because the power might be turned off and I might not be able to record one tomorrow. What's going on? Well, I live in California, and as you know, there are 4 seasons in California: earthquake season, fire season, flood season, and drought season. Right now we are in fire season. So what is predicted is high winds in the forecast, and there are also dry conditions. So PG&E has decided to be proactive and turn off power to a bunch of people in an effort not to have fires. Basically what happens is when the high winds hit, trees fall on power lines, there are sparks, and then the sparks get into the dry brush or whatever, and there are fires. And there have been, I think, 3 significant fires in the past few years. So they are just trying to prevent that from happening. So this first video I'm going to do tonight is screenplays, feature screenplays that I have written. I will do separate videos getting into the nitty-gritty of them, more detail, what sparked them, but I just wanted to give you a little overview of what I have written in the past. So the feature film scripts I'm going to talk about do not include an adaptation I wrote from a children's novel called The Dollhouse Murders. That was for a college friend, and they do not include the unfinished screenplays. One was called Cyril and Celeste, one was called Mark and Monique, and the other was called The Golden Egg. So these are completed feature film screenplays that I wrote. So the very first original feature film screenplay I wrote was called Dreamer's Cafe. Here's the logline. Goaded by the success of his pop star ex, a self-destructive photographer attempts to go commercial and potentially lose his starving artist friends by entering an art show at their local haunt, the Dreamer's Cafe. The second feature screenplay I wrote was a story written by myself, Heather Gentry, and Karen Kolzak. We were all members of the Tennessee Screenwriting Association, and we got together to do some brainstorming sessions and came up with this idea. And then I was the one that actually wrote the screenplay based off our story idea. It was called The Rebel, the Goddess, and the King. Here's the logline. A James Dean clone enlists the help of a Marilyn Monroe clone to escape from their mad scientist father and the rich, thrill-seeking clients who visit their remote island compound. So after this, I decided I wanted to focus on female protagonists. So even though my first 2 scripts had, a strong female antagonist and a strong female mentor character, I decided I want to see women in the lead roles. So the next feature I wrote is called Frankie Chase and the Mysterious Creatures. And this is part of a trilogy, and it was inspired by Indiana Jones. So if Indiana Jones were female, and instead of being an archaeologist, he were a big game hunter, that's Frankie Chase. Here is the logline. In order to impress her Lodge Master idol, a big game hunter takes a bet that she can capture 6 of the world's most mysterious creatures: the Chupacabra, the Loch Ness Monster, the Taitzelworm, the Congo dinosaur, the Yeti, and the Tasmanian tiger. My next feature is only an hour long. I guess it could be considered a pilot. It could be spun off into a series. I was very inspired by the old Avengers TV series. It's British, it's not about the superheroes. And I wanted to do something in that vein. So it's called The Hum. Upon discovering her record producer murdered, a teen prog rock musician must team up with a country music-loving detective to find the killer and the connection to the mysterious hum. And finally, the last original feature screenplay I have completed was called RSVP. And it is one that I wrote for myself to act in, and hopefully it will get made in the future. Here's the logline. When her pen pal of 30 years suddenly stops writing, a small-town American divorcee travels to Paris to find him and is forced to confront her greatest fears. So those are the 5 original feature screenplays I've written. And in the next video, I am going to share with you the 5 that I am in the middle of writing. So stay tuned for that, and hopefully we'll still have power tomorrow.